Hello again, Avinash here. Welcome to part 3 of the free 5-part full-on living course. Let's just recap. In part 1, I touched on the aspect of gratitude and silence as a kind of spiritual preparation before embarking on a basic but powerful meditation practice, as detailed in part 2 of this series. All of the practices that we touch on in this series can and should be used in conjunction with each other for best results. So let's continue. In part 2, we looked at thoughts and how they can impact our meditation sessions. As mentioned earlier, the mind is a literal thought machine, and the role of meditation and mindfulness is to work consistently towards a state where thoughts are reduced to a point where we start to notice moments of peace and clarity in the normally frenetic mindscape. When we first experience this clarity and peace, we may wonder how we have managed to survive without it. We may also start to realize that all these thoughts that have played such a huge role in directing how we live our lives are really just phantoms of reality. They are but shadows and have no real substance. This perception may perhaps become clearer when you consider the following quotes, all of which point to a reality that we may not be used to. A reality where the thought process is seen for what it really is. Consider, for instance, the following quote that was conveyed by Ajahn Sumedho, the senior Western Buddhist monk of the great teacher Ajahn Chah. All thoughts are garbage. Or how about this one from the Australian sage Bob Adamson? What's wrong with right now unless we think about it? I invite you to revisit these often and to just let them sit in your conscious awareness. So you're probably thinking, if thoughts are not really of any great importance, if they are for the most part just an ongoing stream of nonsense, then what is truth? While we may desire to know the answer to this essential question, we can actually just get caught up fueling the fire of the thought process, or monkey mind as it is often referred to, and this will inevitably lead us to a state of confusion and frustration. I would therefore invite you to just trust in the practice and let the process lead you gently to an inevitable state of realization where everything becomes clear like a still pool of clean water. For this section, I will leave you with a quote from another teacher that is definitely worth considering when witnessing the mind process. The observed, that being the awareness of thoughts and visions, etc., the observed is not the observer. When we finally reach a general understanding of this statement, everything will be made that much clearer in our mind. Thanks again for watching. In parts 4 and 5, we will look at what, through my experience, I believe to be 2 essential add-ons towards reaching our goal, full-on living. See you next time. Peace and love.